This thing feels fucking cool. Hey, what's going on, guys? Brandon here with Texas Plinking Gear, making a quick review on a new piece of gear that just came out today. This is the Smith Wesson M&P 22 Magnum. And so, like I said, quick review, a little first impressions, got some shooting done as well we're going to show in this video. All right, so like I mentioned, first off, it is chambered in 22 Magnum, so we'll go ahead and get into that in just a little bit. Makes it quite interesting. But it's got a polymer frame, and although you cannot see the hammer, it almost looks striker fire because of it, but it is an internal hammer fire. With that being said, the trigger breaks really, really nice. I'll go ahead and put some shots up of a 22 WMR or 22 Magnum round and compare it to, let's say, a 22 long rifle so you could get the size perspective. It's a little 22, still a small bullet, but with the long casing. But with that, you can get some pretty sweet magazine capacity. Look how thick the mag is. And just seeing how small the rounds are, diameter-wise anyway, it's no surprise that you could get 30 rounds in this magazine. So standard capacity for rifles is now the capacity for this pistol in 22 Magnum. This features the tempo system, so the barrel is in two different pieces and it separates as it cycles. It's practically gas operated and makes it incredibly flat shooting. So the first time we've seen the tempo gas system, the first time we saw it was in the 5.7 M&P. And that was interesting because the 5.7 by 28 is already a pretty flat shooting round, but now with this tempo system, it was insane, like 22 levels of recoil. But now we have a 22, but a 22 Magnum, not a 22 LR, but a 22 Magnum with that tempo system. This thing has recoil deleted. It is not an added feature. The thing, what can I say? It feels like a 22 because it is one, but it's interesting. We'll get into the shooting impressions in a little bit, but I'm impatient. We'll talk about it a little bit right now. Recoil-wise, like a 22 trainer, but the sound of it going off is like this Magnum round, so it's kind of cool. As you can see from the top of the slide, this thing is optics ready. I went ahead and just ran the iron sights for this video, blackout rear with a little bit of that fiber optic green on the front. I like that setup as well, but might be fun to throw a red dot on at some point. Ambi controls minus the mag release, but you can swap that out to the other side if you want. Otherwise, we have our safety right over here. That is ambi. We've got our slide stop and slide release, both sides as well. So yeah, quite ambi there, but again, the mag release you can just swap off to the other side. I mentioned the trigger. We'll go ahead and make sure it's empty here. It's cool. It's a flat face, which ultimately, even if it doesn't change the weight, it makes it just a nice, predictable pull. But yeah, then again, we'll go ahead and pull it. That internal hammer fire shows when you pull the trigger. It's not a creepy, weird, stagey trigger. It's just nice and clean. So very nice, and on that flat face, so it just feels better as you pull it, very linear. It's got a 4.35 inch barrel with a 1 in 10 twist. It's a pretty long gun, which helps with the sight radius. See how far away the front and rear are? About 7 inches away from each other. So sight radius, nice and long. So it makes it a little easier to be accurate with if you're gonna use the iron sights. As you can see, it has a Picatinny rail on the frame here. So for any light, laser light combo, whatever else, you can add there as well. No threaded barrel option. I went ahead and, like I said, got the 5.7 out here. Because I thought they were fairly comparable in the sense that they're both a tempo barrel system. The 5.7 has no option. It's only threaded for now anyway. And this right now has no threaded option, but otherwise fairly similar dimensions, not too far off, except for, of course, that threaded barrel addition there. But I just felt tempted to bring out the other tempo system. But back to the 22 Magnum. Let's go ahead and get into the dimensions here. The width is 1.13 inches, height 5.9 inches, length 8.4 inches, and it weighs 22 ounces. So unsurprisingly, not a heavy gun, although it's quite large in its silhouette this way, but very, very wieldable. It's just a cool proposition, a 22 Magnum. It's a very fast round, but not an intimidating round. So even for like a new shooter, they can shoot something like this and not feel like they're on a trainer, but at the same time, it's not intimidating. It's not something you're gonna be flinching on. And so in that sense, it's pretty darn cool. So plinking or small varmint or whatever else, just a way step up from a 22 long rifle, but still not quite to the center fire stuff, 9mm and all that. Just a pretty cool proposition. If you threw a red dot on it, just a really, really fun plinker. But then again, like I said, small varmint kind of game, just with a pistol, kind of cool. Price point on it, $649. MSRP anyways, and over time, not that long from now, these are going to start selling for under MSRP, just from what I've normally seen. But MSRP, $649. And it comes with 2 mags. So there is the tabletop portion of the Smith Wesson M&P 22 Magnum. Let's go ahead and showcase a little bit of shooting.
This thing feels fucking cool. That's sweet.
Like I said, guys, shooting impressions, very, very cool. When it goes off, you got that echo and that power of like a Magnum cartridge. However, it's just so tamed in the hands, makes you feel like a better shooter than you are. And so that's pretty cool. 30 rounds of capacity as well. You may not even find yourself loading it all the way, all the time when you're just plinking around at the range. But yeah, very, very cool. Let me know what you guys think about it and how you guys would use it. Is it just a range toy, or is it something that you guys would throw in the ATV and just deal with small varmint or anything like that as well? Let me know how you guys see this fit. But right now, I brought it out just that one time, so this isn't a long-term review by any means. I just know I had a good time with it. Just a very, very cool recoil impulse, and just a cool plinker, but not in 22 LR. So kind of a cool appeal. Again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But that does it. Pretty short look at the new Smith & Wesson M&P 22 WMR or 22 Magnum. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.